Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashton. In today's video, I am setting up a new bullet journal, and I thought I would take you along and share the process of moving into a new planner or journal. Now, I'm a really big fan of the bullet journal method, and it's a system that I still follow no matter what planner or journal I'm using. And from time to time, I actually like to read the bullet journal book by Ryder Carroll to just kind of refresh my memory and get back in the swing of using the bullet journal method every day. It's such a great planning system, and I highly recommend it. Like if you're just needing a planner method, or you don't really have a method to the madness, maybe you've used a lot of different planners but you don't have a system. I love the bullet journal system. And so I'm starting, as the method suggests, from the top down with a future log. To set up this page, I'm dividing it into vertical columns, and I have created these calendar stickers that I have in my shop, and I'm using those to put the dates of the next 6 months across the top of the page. And then I'm leaving myself plenty of room in these vertical columns to write down anything that comes up in advance. I like to keep my layouts pretty minimalist and simple, but I do enjoy the decorating aspect. And so you'll see some simple decoration throughout this video. In this case, I'm just drawing a few flowers to go across the bottom of the page. Nothing that's going to take up too much of my writing space, but for me, the decorating and the creative process is the fun part of planning. And so I always enjoy using, drawings, using stickers, using washi tape to just have a little bit of customization. And for me, the function and the creativity, they definitely go hand in hand. And I need to have both in order to make the most out of my planners and journals. One layout that is really important for me to have in any planner is some sort of goals page where I can establish my goals for the long term, the current year, and then kind of break those down into some action steps and know where I'm making progress in different areas. And so I was inspired by the Common Planner from Sterling Ink to create this sort of grid chart layout. In those planners, they have a chart that's similar to this. And so I sort of used that kind of chart, but then I modified it a little bit to work for me. So you'll see that across the top of the page, I'm starting with the big picture on the left side of the page. Then I have a column for goals for the next 2 years, and then a column for the goals for the current year. And then on the rows of the chart, I'm dividing them into different areas of my life. And so you could, title these whatever you want. But for me, I have a column for health, for my home life, my finances, my careers, and then I have a fun section. So I like to set goals in all of those areas. The next couple of pages are just simple but really functional. I like to have a log that I can write down all of the books that I've read this year. And I also need to have a simple chart where I can note down all of my bills for the year. So even though it's midway through the year, I am creating a chart that's going to have enough space for all 12 months of the year. I like to go back and make sure that I write down that I did pay each bill, so I just will check it off. But I also like to leave myself big boxes so that I can write down the amounts throughout the year. And that way I can see quickly at a glance, like how much do I spend on my credit card every month? And I can see how that changes throughout the year, and I find that really helpful. Next, I'm going to set up a monthly log, and this edition of the bullet journal that I'm using is really great because not only does it come with that bullet journal guidebook that kind of explains the process to you, but it also comes with some stickers. So I am using a couple of those to set up my August page. Instead of writing in all of the dates, it's just nice to have a quick sticker for that. Now you'll see that right away I wrote down the word inbox on this spread, and I did not like the way that I wrote it. My inbox is just kind of like my word for the big to-do list for the month, and so I do need that section, but I didn't like the way I wrote it. So I glued a piece of paper down over that to cover it up, and then I just had to be a little creative with my decor for this page to sort of hide that. But I think it's important to show that mistake and just share that, like, some of my dislike for bullet journals in the past has been about the fact that it's in a bound book, and I felt like if I made a mistake, I could not keep going. And I think I've learned just over time that if you just embrace the mistakes and just keep working on it, you can turn it into something that you liked better, and the whole notebook does not have to be ruined. It's okay. So for this August page, I had this idea. I've done this in a past bullet journal, but I don't think I had showed it on my channel here. But I was inspired by some Lisa Frank stickers that I had. And if you're a 90s baby like me, you're probably a big fan. But I was inspired by the leopard print on the little leopard stickers. And so I wanted to sort of create that. And it turns out it's really easy to do. I just used a few different colors of markers that would sort of work nicely together. And then I just drew these little leopard spots on top. And it was so easy. You just kind of draw like little random shapes. And it's so simple, but I really like how it turned out. I'm just adding a few star stickers, a little more leopard print, and then this page is pretty much done. Another important but really simple page that I like to set up is a health log. It's very simple. I just am drawing a couple vertical lines. That's going to leave space for me to write the date in one column, my weight in the next column, and then notes in the right column. And I like to just do that whenever I kind of think of it or whenever I have like symptoms that I want to write down. But I love having a place for that in my planner. The final page that I'm setting up is a really simple and easy page. I have been working on reading the Bible within the span of this year. I wanted this layout that has a box for every chapter of the Bible, but the problem is there are many, many chapters. And so rather than draw a ton of squares, I found this printable, and I will link it below. It was a freebie that I found online. I printed it on sticker paper and just stuck it in my journal. I did a similar thing with my vision board for the year, just printed it out on sticker paper and stuck it down. And my final touch for this journal is just going to be a sticker from my shop. It's just this little floral clear sticker that I love. I'm just sticking that on the front. I feel like sticking a sticker on the front of a journal is a great way to just break it in. So that is it for my initial setup. I'm just going to do a quick little flip through and say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye.